I'm Joanna, and this is Next, a weekly vlog where I talk about singing and what's coming up next. You can follow me right here on YouTube by clicking the subscribe button, or you can follow me on Facebook at www.facebook.com/Joanna Moffitt Soprano, JohannnaMoffitt Soprano, or you can follow me on Twitter at Joanna Moffitt, same spelling, or on Instagram at Joanna Moffitt. This past week, I went for a coaching with Jason Carlson, who's one of my favorite Chicago coaches. We worked on Depuis le Jour and also Quel bel sogno from La Rondine by Puccini. And it was a really good time. I'm really excited about starting to work on these new arias or revisiting these arias that I haven't worked on in a while. So that was really fun for me. Jason's an incredible musician and great coach, helping me find my sound and really open up, and I really enjoy working with him because he's such a wonderful person. This week I also spent some time looking for auditions and sending emails and stuff. It's not my favorite thing to do, but it's a necessary part of the business, so I just keep plugging away at that as much as I can. Coming up on Wednesday at Slightly Toasted 5 to 10 is my dear friend Sunny Akigbe's fundraiser for A Boy and His Dream. Remember to check out the information about the foundation and about this particular fundraiser below. Sunny has a wonderful way of bringing people together and is really involved in bringing food and supplies to the children of Nigeria, so check that out if you have time. I'll be singing a couple arias and also hanging out and drinking cocktails, so you know, two of my favorite things. I'm excited. I started doing my prep work for the One Woman Die Zauberflöte, and it's looking pretty cool. It is a lot of information to slim down, so I just am gonna keep plugging away at it. It's pretty fun though, so I look forward to doing that in August at the Glenwood Avenue Arts Festival. I still haven't confirmed my October dates as of yet for my concerts in Western New York, but once I get that confirmed, I will let you all know. Continuing my work on the special skills section of resume, I did some reading this week on different stuff that casting directors and directors have suggested. Some of it applies to a more broad sense of auditions and performing, and some of it is specifically for opera. So listen to what they have to say. Keep it short and sweet. List things that you think are the most important, but don't leave off your most weird talent, like whistling and humming at the same time, or being able to I don't know, balance something on the tip of your finger. Make sure you're proficient to the level of what you say you are. This is very important because another thing that was suggested was to not be afraid to leave beginner level stuff, because sometimes people are looking for a beginner at things, and sometimes they're looking for someone who is incredibly proficient. So don't be afraid to list your beginner status, but if you're listing something higher, or even if you're a beginner, make sure you're proficient to the level that you say you are. Seems logical, but you'd be surprised, or maybe you wouldn't. Your special skills section is also a good place to list if you're a local or where you live, because that's something, once you're getting into bigger companies and regional and film and commercial work, that way those directors know that they can pull you in at any moment. Make sure you're listing what makes you special. This is a section where people can really find those interesting and quirky things about you, so make sure you're listing those things. Language fluency is really good in opera, but also beyond opera. If you're looking to expand into film or commercial work or straight plays or whatever, this is a great thing for them to know, which is not something that I had considered before reading these articles, because even though I auditioned for straight plays and musical theater, I never wrote down my language proficiency because it didn't seem necessary to write it down in opera, even though we're expected to have a certain proficiency. But I will now. If you don't have a special skill, get one. It's a great time to cultivate something special about yourself. Again, this is a place where casting directors and directors look to see what makes you you. So find something that you want to cultivate and cultivate it, even if it's small and simple, like hand sewing or crocheting. That can be really useful. I don't know, learn to play basketball or box. That's a great one. I have a friend who played a boxer in an opera. So, you know, you could be called on to do anything. In the larger markets, when companies are looking at lots and lots of resumes at the same time, it's and looking at people who are at the same level, it's entirely possible that they will cast based on this section alone, because they'll look at two people who have exactly the same credentials and look and, you know, skill sets, but then see one of them can do point and the other one can't. So they choose the one that can or can't based on what they need for that show in particular, or that film, or whatever it is. So just keep that in mind as you're putting this together. That's all we have for next this week. See you on Monday next.